Hi, it's me, Lori, and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing something really exciting, or at least I think it's really exciting. I also love watching these videos online, and it's basically the alphabet baby name challenge. So I saw this video online. I saw Gabriella doing this, and I will link her channel down below. But I really love watching baby name videos. I do really enjoy that. I think about what names I'm gonna give my children a lot, and I have quite a few baby names ready. I have a list I got written down on my phone, and every time that I see or hear a name I love, I just write it down on my list so that I have a huge baby name list for whenever that I get children. I do want to point out that I'm not pregnant at this point or looking to have children in this or the next 5 years. We will see from when that I will have children, but I just love watching baby names and videos, and I love thinking about baby names, so I thought it was a fun little challenge. And I am gonna be doing boy names today. I will be doing girl names in another video. Boy names are a little bit more easy for me, I reckon, because I don't know, I do imagine myself being a boy mom, even though I would really love having girls too, but I just always imagined myself having 4 boys and no girls. I don't know why, that's just how I imagined my future. I will be as happy with girls as I would be with boys, but that is kind of just how I saw myself in the future, and I just find boy names way easier to find. I think there's so much more pretty boy names than a lot less girl names. So we're gonna be starting. I got little book here with me. These are my little pastel purple book, and they got all my YouTube ideas in it for 2020. So basically, for those of you who don't know, the alphabet challenge is basically naming all your favorite baby boy names for every single letter of the alphabet. So that's basically it. So let's get on with the video. For A, I got Archer. I think Archer is a really pretty name, and it was actually high up in my list for a very long time. But now one of my co-workers has named her kid Archer, and I actually kind of watch him sometimes, so that is kind of something that made me consider not naming my child Archer, because of the way that my co-worker has a child named Archer and that I babysit him sometimes. But also the name has gotten a really big popularity flow in Belgium these days, and a lot of baby boys who are recently born were named this. So I don't want my kids to have unique names, like names. I want my kids to have unique names, so this is probably not an option for me anymore. For B, I got 2 names, so you might see me picking 2 names sometimes because I just can't choose. And the names are Bowen. Bowen is a name that actually has been on my list for a very long time. I heard this name when I was about 15 years old. One of my on my internship, one of my patients had a kid called Bowen, and I really loved the name. I thought it was so cute. So yeah, that's a pretty big option still. And then the other name is Boaz. I think Boaz is just really cute and also very strong. I do not really love 4-lettered names, so that might not be it, but I still think it's a pretty cute name. For C, I got Clement, and I'm saying this in a Dutch way or in kind of a French Belgian way because I don't really like Clement, or how you would pronounce that in English. I think the name Clement is really cute, and it's actually pretty high up my list because I love antique, like old vintage baby boy names. I think it's really cute that, you know, you have like a 90-year-old with that name, and then you have like a baby with a name. I really love like old-fashioned names for little babies, and you might see that trend coming on. Then I also have Cesar for C. Cesar is a name that I really like. It's not really that high up my list, but it's a cute name. Thing is that one of my best friends is really in love with the name Cesar, and so is her boyfriend. So I think that there is a really big chance that her and her boyfriend, if they ever have a baby boy, will name their kids Cesar, their baby boy Cesar. So I'm not using that name ever, but I really like the name. For D, I got Daxton, and Daxton is a name that I actually saw on a YouTube channel, and I cannot come up with a YouTube channel right now. I probably will still come up with a YouTube channel, and then I will link there down below, but I just can't come up with the YouTube channel right now. I know that I saw the name on a YouTube channel, but I can't remember which one. But they basically just had a kid named Daxton, and I really love the name Daxton. I think it's really cute. For E, I got Emmanuel, and I think it's a nice name, but I don't think I will ever call my kid Emmanuel, just because it will kind of get ruined by the Belgian people, because with our, you know, it just doesn't really flow as good with Belgian people, especially our dialect in Antwerp. It won't just go as nice. I don't think it will sound nice. Then I also got Elwyn. Elwyn is a name that I think as in Dutch and in English it sounds really good. Elwyn is actually kind of pronounced the same in Dutch, and that is just a name. It's basically something that I saw on a baby name list recently, and it actually got pretty high up my list right now. For F, I got Florent. Florent is pretty cute. I really love the name, but I have a very similar girl name, so that is pretty high up my baby girl names list, and so this is a name that I won't be naming my kid, but I do still really love the name. For G, I got George or Gabriel. George is a really cute name, but one of my co-workers and also one of my dad's best friends has a kid called George, and I think that those children will be in our lives for a pretty long time, if not forever. So it would be pretty weird to call my kid's dad, give my son the name George whenever, you know, a friend of mine will have the name George. And Gabriel, I do really love the name Gabriel, but it reminds me of a last name one of my friends in high school had, and she's not my friend anymore. We actually ended everything on a pretty nasty way, so I don't want to be reminded of her every time I look at my son. So I do love the name Gabriel, but I'm not gonna be naming my kid that. For H, I got Henry and Hugo. Henry is such a cute name. I love Henry. I think it's adorable for a baby boy, as well as Hugo is so adorable. But one of my patients in the elderly home I used to work at had the name Hugo, and he was not a nice person at all, so I'm not actually considering that name anymore, but I used to really love it before I started working in an elderly home. For I got Elias or Itze, and those are, I don't know, I don't like names that start with an I just for baby boys. I don't think, I love the names Elias and Itze, but they're just not the kind of vibe that I'm going for my baby boys. For J, I got Jerome. Jerome is actually my favorite baby boy name at the moment. I already really love the name Jerome, and then I saw a baby boy, like a toddler. He was 2 years old recently in a restaurant I was at with my friend, and he was the cutest toddler I've ever seen in my life, like literally the cutest kid ever, and his name was Jerome, and I honestly fell even more in love with the name. That is literally my favorite baby boy name in the whole entire world. For K, I got Kobi, and Kobi actually has a special meaning to it, because when I was a boy, or if I would have had a younger brother, my parents would have named him Kobi because they really loved the name. And I don't know, I think it's really special to give your kid a name that your parents used to love. I think that's really special. And then I also got Kaisen. I love the name Kaisen, but JesssFam is a YouTube channel that I watch a lot. I will link her down below. She's pretty famous and she has a kid named Kaisen, and that is kind of why I wouldn't do that, because I wouldn't want my kid to think that I named him after a YouTuber's child, even though that I really love the name Kaisen. It's just JesssFam is my favorite YouTuber online, so I don't want to do that. For L, I got Leon or Liano. Leon is a name that is really famous in Netherlands. For the last 5 to 6 years, Leon was my favorite baby boy name, but it has gotten so popular over the last few years that it's just not a name that I'm willing to give my kid anymore. Liano is also something that I heard once in kindergarten class, and I really love the name, but I'm not sure, that's also not really the vibe that I'm going for. For M, I got Maurice or Marcel, and Maurice is a name also pretty high up my list. I think it's right next to Jerome. Those two names, I can't choose between either of them because they're so pretty, and you will see with O, I also got I got that 3 favorite baby boy names, and if my kid is born and my husband doesn't like one of those 3 names, I will have a mental breakdown, probably. Maurice is so cute. Then for M, I also got Marcel. Marcel is a really cute name. I love the vibe for that. Thing is, if I was ever going to name my kid Marcel, I would have to have a really good conversation with my best friend. My best friend's father is named Marcel, and you would all probably think, what's the problem with that? Well, her dad died 2 years ago, and I think it would be pretty weird for me to have a son named Marcel without asking her if that's okay. I am really good friends with her whole family. I'm pretty good friends with her whole family. I get along with everyone really well, and I really do see us, you know, sitting together in 10 or 20 years with all our children. And I would never name my kid Marcel without asking her. For N, I got Nolan. Nolan is a name, this is actually pretty stupid, but we have a motorcycle, and of course on a motorcycle you have to wear helmets, and the brand of our helmets is Nolan. And every time I sit on the back of a motorcycle and my dad drives, I see this name Nolan on his helmet, and I don't know, the more I saw it, the more I fell in love with it, and it's such a stupid way to get a name idea, but I love the name Nolan. For O, I got Oscar, and this is the one that is top 3 baby boy names. The 3 I can't choose from is Oscar. I really love Oscar. And then I also got Otis. Otis is a name that for the last few years I was really 100% sure that when I would have a baby boy, his name would be Otis. Sadly, the last few years, a lot of people have been calling their kids Otis, and the name has actually gotten a really popular in our region and just around here, and I don't like that. I don't want my kid to be in a class where there are 4 different Otises and they have to say their last name to understand which one it is. So I'm kind of gonna wait off the popularity of the name. For P, I got Phelix, but written with a P and the H. And Phelix I got from a TikToker. I will also link his channel down below, or his TikTok account. And he has a little nephew called Phelix, and he's the cutest kid ever. And I really fell in love with the name Phelix, but I just like the way it's spelled with PH. For Q, Q was really difficult actually, but I saw the name Quixley on a baby name list, and I thought it was a pretty cute name. I don't think I will ever call my kid Quixley because it's pretty hard for children to say that name, and then my kid probably won't be able to call himself quickly for like the first 8 years of his life, and that's kind of sad. For R, I got Rudy or Raphael. Rudy, Rudy isn't something that goes with my vibe or anything, but I love the actor Rudy Pankow who plays JJ in Outer Banks. I'm gonna insert a picture of Rudy. He is, I don't know, he is one of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my life, inside and outside. And I mean with meeting, I mean just seeing him on YouTube and television and everywhere. He is such a good person, and if my kid was half as good as Rudy, I would be really happy. So I don't know, that's why I fell in love with the name, as well as Raphael. I just like the sound of that name. As I got Samuel, and I really love that name. We used to live next to Samuel, and he was a really great guy. And then I also had a doctor's assistant on my residency who I worked with, and his name was also Samuel, and that is actually where I kind of fell in love with the name all over again, and I think it's a really cute name. For T, I got Theodore. I love Theodore. I have loved the name Theodore for years now. I think it's really cute as a nickname, Theo, and Theodore is just, I love the name Theodore. For you, I hated you because I got the name Yulton, but to be very honest, I don't even like the name Yulton. I just couldn't find a name with a U for a baby boy, so we're skipping that. For V, I got Viktor, and Viktor was actually pretty high up my list for a very long time, until my cousin goes and has a baby boy and names him Viktor. So annoyed. She's actually pregnant with a girl right now, and if she chooses a name that is pretty high up my list, I am gonna go completely insane. I was so mad at her when she called and said, hey, I named our kid Viktor. I was like, girl, I wanted that name. For W, I got Wallace, and this might be another weird way to find your baby boy's name, but Wallace is actually the last name of a family that I watched on YouTube named the Crazy Middles, and their last name is Wallace. And I don't know, they also always say like, my name's Lacey Wallace, my name is Jacob Wallace, whatever. And the more I heard the name Wallace, the more I fell in love with it, and I think it's a cute baby boy name. For X, I got Xylon or Xavi, and I honestly can't choose which one I like most from those two. I think Xylon is pretty unique, as well as Xavi, but once again, like the 4-letter names, I don't know. For Y, I actually got Wilo, and Wilo is a name that I heard a long time ago, I think on television, and I fell in love. I don't like a 3-letter name, and I don't think I will ever give my kid a 3-letter name as a first name, but I would really consider calling my kid Wilo as a middle name. And then last but not least, I got Z. And Z, I gotta give all credit to the LaBrant Fam. So basically, this is Cole and Savannah's idea. They just recently got a baby boy. I don't really watch their YouTube videos as much, but I do like kind of follow their lives on Instagram, and I did watch the announcement of their baby boy's name, and they were like kind of making fun of everyone, and they said like, our baby's name is Zion, and it was kind of like a joke because a lot of people thought it was gonna be Zion. And I thought, wow, that's a really cute name. And then they said the real name being Zealand. And at first I was like, Zealand, that's weird. But then I just heard it a lot and I fell in love with Zealand. I think it's so cute to name your kid after a country. I don't know if that's what they did, but Zealand, I really love that, and I'm now actually considering calling my kid Zealand. All thanks to the LaBrant Fam, so thank you. Yeah, so that were all my baby names. If you have any cute little baby boy names, comment them down below. I am so excited to see some more baby boy names. If you make this video, also link it down below. I just really want to see some videos about baby boy names. And you will be seeing my baby girl name list really soon. I think in like 2 or 3 weeks from now I will be posting that video, so subscribe to my channel to see that one coming up. And then that was basically it for this week's video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you next week with another one. Bye!